Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at a 20-year-old set that's going to be set number 4706. 4706, four numbers. The Forbidden Corridor from 2001. This set originally retailed for $30 and had 238 pieces, 3 minifigures, and 1 buildable fluffy character. And right now, if you want to get this set new, you're going to have to shell out about $170. If you want to get it used, it's only going to cost you back $70, so there's a $100 price difference there. But still, for a $30 price set, that shot up in value drastically. Wow. This set is really cool, and it's actually the basis for a remake that appeared this year in 2021, the Fluffy Encounter. So you will be seeing a comparison between these two sets very, very soon. But for today, I'm just going to be reviewing this old set, and wow, how things have changed. It's so cool because you can directly see the parallels between the new stuff and the old stuff, but also this is just such an old style of build that I haven't seen such a very long time. It's a very blocky and textured build, and I'm just really excited to take a look. We're going to look at all of the characters first, and then the fluffy character, and then I'll move on to the build of the set, the manual, no box, sorry guys, and then I'll give you my final verdict. All right, and here we have the Harry Potter minifigure of the set. Wow. Wow, things have really changed over the years. He does look amazing, though. His accessories are a very nice wand. It's a lightsaber blade piece, though. Very, very oversized. Definitely glad they changed that for the new line. I think this was definitely much too big of a piece. His other accessory is something that we don't have represented in the new set. And that's going to be the carved flute that Hagrid got him to subdue Fluffy. Love that printing there. That's beautiful. There's an owl, some really nice holes and designs. It's a super unique and neat piece, also in a great coloring there. Really love that inclusion. Definitely something that's very spectacular and special to this set. Strangely enough, this Harry Potter character boasts a purple cape. Not sure why. He's the only character, I believe, in this line to have a purple cape, and only in this set. He's got the normal cape and several other ones. So that's something that's just very strange, and again, I'm not sure where that came from. Lifting that up, you can get a better look at the torso print there. It's just plain gray, legs and torso print. However, he's got some very nice Gryffindor red and gold designs there with the tie and the collar. Some nice wrinkles, and on the back, absolutely nothing. Back printing was not necessarily something they did back in the day. I mean, heck, the very first time they ever did a double-sided face was in this line, actually, with Professor Quirrell, which we'll take a look at him in a little bit. I have a different set that we'll review him in. This Harry Potter hairpiece was coined specifically for him. Looks really nice, very messy, though it's also very smooth and definitely was overshadowed by the new one. Really nice facial expression there. We got the scar and the glasses. No alternate facial expression. You're not going to find that in many characters from 2001. But a great-looking minifigure, definitely crazy to think that we've come so far, and the fact that like this character and this character basically the same, wow, that's certainly something special. But yeah, great character here. Ron Weasley is the next character. His accessory is going to be another wand, this time in gray, to match his shirt and pants. The printing there is exactly the same as Harry Potter. The only difference here is he's got a cape that's black and has some very nice stars on it. I'll show you that when I turn him around. He's got a very nice hairpiece as well, and a very derpy expression with some freckles. On the back, you can see those stars and star-spangled cape. And then pulling that down, let's pull that off. Again, no back facial expression. There's a better look at his face, though. Some nice freckles and orange eyebrows. Kind of a derpy mouth, but it's what you got for Ron back in the day. Looks pretty great. Oh, crazy to think how far we come again with him. The minifigures are always been my favorite part, and it's so nice to have these older style characters, but it's also crazy to think how inaccurate they are, even though we were so happy for them back in the day. Hermione here has the exact same printing as the other boys, and of course the exact same cape as Ron. Her accessories include a very nice tan wand and a blue fire piece. The blue fire she used to scare away the devil's snare. Great inclusion there. Very nice to see that piece pop up here, even though it's just like water from Lego City. The character's facial expression is horrible. I'm sorry. What the heck is that? Pulling off her unique hairpiece, which is interesting, which takes a bit to pull off. You can see she's got a very strange spacing for some lips with some eyes there that don't, wow. She just looks not human. Something's weird about that. On the back, no printing. On the back, again, no printing. Same cape as Ron, same printing as Harry, same no printing on the legs or arms. Really interesting character. Nice, unique hairpiece. I'm pretty sure this has popped up a couple of other times for some other characters, but definitely not my favorite. Certainly looks like Hermione, but definitely got some problems there. Very interesting character. Still great to have her here. All right, and the next character, the last character actually, is going to be Fluffy, the three-headed dog here. And this character has a solid mold for the body, and then 3 of the same mold for the heads. And those are actually hinge pieces that move up and down. You can open and close those. Very similar to the alligator and dragon designs. And ooh, you can pull that off. That's the only one I'm going to do, though, because I'm afraid I'm going to break it. That's what that top of the head mold looks like, though. There's no printing for eyes or anything. Just some nice molding, and it is hollow. So you can fit some stuff inside there if you really want. Ooh, that scared me so much, taking that off, not going to lie. And you can probably put, yeah, you can put like a probably like a minifigure head if you really stretched, but something small can go in there. There's 2 studs on the back, and there's actually some dual molding there to get a black base for the legs and everything with the brown fur on top. That's kind of a loose connection. It does wobble around a bit. Feels kind of awkward. Probably you could pull those apart if you really wanted, but there's no way I'm doing that because this is way too inexpensive of molds for me to even think about trying to do something like that. But it's really nice, and it's crazy how far we've come from this. The solid mold with no printing, and now we have like some crazy unique printing designs, brand new head molds and everything. It's crazy. But for the time, this was revolutionary. They created an exclusive mold that they could not use for any other set. And that's something I've always liked when LEGO does, because it shows they're actually dedicated to what they're making. I love unique molds, and this character looks great here. Definitely didn't hold up, and of course the coloring here, it's not quite the original brown anymore. It's definitely had some issues over time with sun fading and just generalized color fading. For instance, here is a brand new brown piece compared to what it should be. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of an alteration there. Definitely didn't hold up great. But hey, it's still a really great model, great figure. Compared to a minifigure, it's pretty much the same size as the 2021 version. Of course, highly inaccurate to what the movie was, but it's still a very nice large dog, and I'm totally happy with it. 3-headed dog is always great in my book. Always good to get more monsters, and I'm really happy with the inclusion here. All right, and so unlike the new Hogwarts expansions, this is one solid build. Everything fits in here, and you can use, there are hinges here that allow you to reposition this tower next to it, backwards. That's pretty much all the movement you're going to get, though. There is room for all of the figures in the set. However, let's pull them out because we already took a look at them. The room up here is pretty neat. We have a very nice textured wall piece with a door that just swings open. There's a key in the lock that doesn't really fit all too well. There's some fire there to illuminate it. In this chest here, we have that flute that Harry had with the minifigure, and also another key if you'd be so inclined to need one. There's a nice little bat design up there, and one of these very nice textured roof tiles. See if I can get that off for you. That's what that looks like. It's in that very nice sand green that was brought back for the 20th anniversary sets this year. And it's a bit brittle. There we go. Very creaky. I mean, these parts are from 2001, so they're not necessarily the newest, but it's still really cool to take a look at this. There's also a giant spiral staircase. This has only appeared once in the new Reign of Harry Potter sets, and that would be a remastered version in the original Great Hall. But if you guys didn't know, these can completely spin around. It gives you the magic of these spiral staircases that you typically see in the Harry Potter movies. So that's really neat. And if you don't want it, you can just collapse it behind there, and that allows you to collapse the set if you wanted a more, small and confined look. However, I kind of like doing this or this to set it up. It looks a bit more open, larger in my opinion. Up here, we have Fluffy's room, which, much like the 2021 version, is completely empty, save for some torches right there. Just got some, space to set the dog and everything. Kind of wish it had maybe a roof or something. I think it would have been a little better, but it doesn't. That's okay. There's a trap door here that just opens and closes. It's the nice old style there. And you just pull that up and drop a minifigure straight down into the Devil's Snare. And this is something that actually I really like, because the Devil's Snare here is super cool. It's a very large green plant, and it does break a tiny bit, a little easily, but when you push this back, you can open and shut it, and it's got like a huge Venus flytrap thing going on there. Look at that. It does break, so that's a little bit of a problem, but of course it might just also be an older set, more prone to breakage. But there's the plant. There's a bunch of other like green elements and parts around this whole thing as well, just to sell that the whole room's been taken over. There's stuff in the corners. There's also 2 spider webs, the 2 different spiders on the back there. If you look at this from behind, you can see a better look at the spider on that side. Another bat for texture and design, and that's pretty much it. There's not too much to these older Harry Potter sets. They're very basic. However, there was a really cool feature where you could combine them all into a giant castle, which, hey, seems like that idea was brought back for this year, but that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the way this set turned out. I think it's great how you have the playability from down to Fluffy into the Devil's Snare, and you can actually play with that and have it chomp at characters. They fit very well into there. Let's give it Harry. Just have him in there and roar, roar. There's the plant. And then, of course, other sets that you'll see later I'll do reviews on, like the Chamber of the Keys and everything. You can connect to this to make a full little diorama display, which is super neat. But for $30, I think this set is pretty pretty cool, very well priced and everything. And it's also really cool to take a look at it just because, you know, the age and everything. Let's take a look at the instruction manual, and then I'll give you my final verdict. And here's the instruction manual, and it's very old. Wow. We have a really nice picture here of everyone, you know, hanging around on the set with an extra Harry Potter minifigure. Now, what's weird is this Harry minifigure, like we saw, had a purple cape, but on the cover art here, he has a black cape, which is interesting. There's two of them here. On the back of the manual, we have an advertisement for a creator Harry Potter game, software, something. Join the fun. Interesting. Flipping through this, actually, something that they did not do in these olden days was tell you what pieces you need. It just had the steps and it showed the pieces just kind of being placed on. And something you'll notice later. It was a bit hard to follow, and it's also all printed on this very nice textured parchment. Pretty interesting. Definitely not my favorite style of manual, but you know, it is what it is, especially for back then. It also does show you how to do different rebuilds and remodels. You can take apart the set and build this really cool bridge design, which I'm not going to do. There's this other one you can take with the other pieces to make something else. I don't know. They always do advertise like extra builds and whatnot. Something that the Lego Harry Potter sets always used to do. There's another third one you can do actually. And that's it for the instruction manual. Pretty basic, very old, kind of not in the best shape, but still really cool to actually be able to say I still have the manual. Amazing. All right, overall, I'm going to rate this set an oldie but a goodie. It's not what I expected. It's not what any of us would expect, honestly. There's some very laughable design parts about it, namely kind of like the fluffy. It's like very undetailed, but it's got a really certain older charm. It's got a very simplistic design. It's really just some gray 2x2s, black 2x2s, building a nice little frame. And when you look at some of the newer sets that we have, it's certainly kind of laughable how far we've come and everything, but also impressive. This was one of the best Lego sets of its time. It had all three of the Harry Potter characters there, some really great minifigures, very nice expressive facial expressions. Hermione's was strange, but they all had new hair pieces, really great prints and everything, great capes, and they were really neat. They were really good and accurate. The Fluffy character was a great mold. It was very accurate to the movie with Fluffy, with the Devil's Snare, with the moving staircases, and it was a great display model as well if you got all the sets, and I really can't judge it too harshly because, again, this is a 20-year-old set. I'm just impressed that I have it. I really do like it, but would I recommend getting it? No, not at all. There is no way this set is worth $170. I definitely think your money would be better spent getting the remake, which is basically the same thing, just with a bit more pizzazz and combinability with the current Lego Harry Potter sets. This is definitely a relic, and it's something I'm really happy I'm able to boast that I have. I really do like the design. I'm just not necessarily sold on its value today. It was really cool to get to take a look at this, and I'm beyond excited to do a real comparison with this set and the new remake. I think it's going to be so much fun to see which has better parts in different areas. I have a feeling I know what'll win, but I still really want to do it, and I'm very excited to start a whole series where I compare old and new Harry Potter sets because I do have a bunch of the classic ones. So stay tuned for that, and if there's something you want to see me compare specifically, comment down below. If I have the set, I'll do a mess to get it for you. That's pretty much all I have for this video, though, guys. Make sure to comment down below and let me know what you think of this set. I'd love to hear from you because, I mean, it's an old set, and definitely I want to hear your opinions on, do you think it held up? Like, I mean, I'm certainly really pleased with the Devil's Snare. I think the new Harry Potter designers could learn a thing or two from that. But then, like, this whole empty space over here, I don't know. And the swinging design is pretty interesting, but I'm really a big fan of the Technic pin modular connections now as opposed to just the swing it around to move it around. But yeah, anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. I just want to take a quick look at this really old set, but really cool set. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Make sure to comment down below again. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you all in the very next video. I want you all to have a fantastic and safe rest of your day.